Welcome to Vouch, the world's first social utility network and the app where it truly pays to know people. In this video, we will be going over a basic overview of all of our core app features. Before we explore the app, let's review the three core roles of Vouch which you can take on for each gig. The requester role, the talent seekers, the voucher role, the doc connectors, and the vouchee role, the talents fulfilling the gigs. Users can play any of the three roles on a gig by gig basis. A user may be the requester on one gig, and maybe the vouchee or voucher on another. However, there is always one requester, one voucher, and one vouchee per gig, the same way it works for word of mouth referrals in real life. We begin our journey on the feed, where you can submit gig requests, as well as submit vouchers for talented individuals in your network. Our beta is starting with an open feed format, meaning you'll see requests from our whole community, but you'll only be able to vouch for friends you're already connected with. When you're in need for some project or service support, submit a request by opening the intake form at the top of the feed and enter the relevant details for your talent need. When you find a gig on your feed that you'd like to recommend someone for, submit a vouch by pressing Vouch for a Friend and select the person you'd like to recommend from your friends list. You will then be asked to provide details on why they're the right fit for the gig. Try to be specific, as this will make it more likely for the requester to select your recommendation. If the person you have in mind isn't on Vouch, you can even invite them for the request when submitting a vouch so that they can secure their first job on the app when they register.
Whether you've submitted a request, vouched for a friend, or been vouched for a gig, all activity will show up in your dashboard view. You can easily access gig details and get to gig-specific chats from there. Lastly, we have our messenger view, where requesters can chat with vouchees, select who they'd like to work with, and officially initiate the gig work. Chats can be initiated by the requester via the detailed request view or by the vouchee via the notifications tab or dashboard, and are only created once you're involved in a specific gig as one of our three roles. Gig chats will always include the requester, voucher, and vouchee, so all parties can stay updated and engaged on the gig's progress unless a dispute occurs. Our chat action bar, seen on the right side of the chat on desktop and via the action bar button on mobile, is your command center for everything related to your gig. As a vouchee, you can confirm interest after chatting with the requester about gig-specific details. As a requester, you can select the vouchee and securely deposit funds for the gig once the vouchee has confirmed their interest. Requesters can also confirm completion of the gig, triggering payouts to the voucher and vouchee, or can initiate a dispute if a problem occurs. If a dispute happens, the vouchee can confirm whether they did the work or not, and the voucher will be able to select the resolution after chatting with both parties separately. Each of the three people involved in a gig can submit reviews for the other two collaborators once the gig is complete. Please refer to the How Gig Payouts and Disputes Work on Vouch video found on our YouTube page or link below for further information on this flow. You're now ready to kick off your official Vouch journey. Happy vouching!